So today's a weird day because yesterday we went and saw a really interesting house. Yeah, here, come here, Nora. Come here. This is Nora. Say hi, Nora.
Hi, Nora.
Hi. Why do you always say hi, Nora? Just say hi. We're not gonna cook right now, baby. We're not gonna cook right now. We're gonna film this later. So I'll just start from the beginning. So when my husband and I first bought our townhouse, which we love, we bought it knowing that it was not going to be a forever home. It only has 2 bedrooms upstairs. It's a cool setup in that it's kind of dual masters, but it's not great for multiple kids, at least when they're super young. I don't mind kids sharing a room, but having had a baby, if I have another infant, I'd probably want them to sleep in a separate room just so they don't wake up Nora, and that means kids sleeping in a closet for a hot minute. While Nora has her room. So not ideal. We're not pregnant right now, but we're just planning ahead. So we've been Zillow stalking for forever. We just never really stopped. I found a really interesting house the other day that I sent over to our agent, who I text all the time anyway when I find cool things. And we decided to go see it. And it's a really big ranch house. It's got all the bedrooms that we need. It really checks all of our core boxes. And it is about $150,000 to $200,000 cheaper than most of the things that we've looked at that we do like. So we decided to put in an offer. It's a little weird because the last time that we bought a house, we were actively looking for a while, and we were kind of mentally prepared with what investments we wanted to sell off and with down payment money and things like that. So this time around, we were not as prepared. We can get prepared very quickly. It's not a big deal, but it feels a lot more rushed and a lot more chaotic. If the offer goes through on that house, then we're gonna have to figure out renting this one that we're in now because we don't want to sell it. So there's just a lot to figure out. Right now, again, we're just in this waiting period until 7 p.m. today when our offer expires. So hopefully we will get a counter offer, or, it'll be accepted, and then we can sort out what to do next. But anyways, I guess if the offer doesn't go through, I probably won't share this video. I will say though, I think that the way that we've gone about this is not traditional, and that we haven't been like looking at a ton of houses and all this stuff. But I think we have a really good idea now of what we want and what we need. And doing that constant stalking of houses on Zillow, and then going to see ones here and there with our agent, who has been really, really patient with us and going out of his way to do that even when he knows we may not be ready to buy right this second, has really helped us make a quick decision on this, that we really like it. So maybe not something I would recommend to everyone, especially if you've never bought a house before. So anyways, I'll keep you guys posted, but that's our life at the moment. We are under contract and we're out of our due diligence period, so there's no backing out now. And it's for a really awesome house. It is a ranch style and it's newer construction. I think it was built in 2018. It's very rare to find in the Atlanta area, so we're really excited about it. We have only seen one house like that in the 2 years that we've been Zillow stalking since we bought our current house. Now we have to do a lot of different things. We got to figure out renting out our current townhouse because we don't want to sell it. It's a great location. It's really close to a new film studio that's being built. So we definitely want to keep it as a rental. We also have to figure out decluttering our current house and keeping it still lived in for listing photos as a rental. We're gonna have to keep it clean enough for showings, for potential renters, and then we also have to figure out the whole moving process. And then on top of all of that, we do have some work that we wanna do to the new house. For the most part, it's minor, but there are 2 potentially big projects. One is there's these really cute dormer windows that are over the great room windows. And the great room is kind of dark as is, just from the fact that there are only a few windows in it. We want to open up those dormers in the ceiling because they're in an inaccessible part of the attic today. And we think that if we open it up, we'll get a ton more natural light. But I have no idea what it'll cost. Our agent gave us a ballpark of what he thinks it would be, but he's not a contractor. So we really don't know if it's doable or not. And then long term, we want to add a screened porch where an existing covered patio is. We know that that will be a very pricey addition. So that will be something that happens a little bit later. But there's a lot of minor things to do with the way the electrical was run, like weird things that they found in the inspection, all of which should be minor, but still we want to address sooner rather than later. And then putting doors in some of like the toilet areas in the primary suite and things like that. So most of it's not too big except for those dormers, but I do think it would be really nice to get the extra light in. We used to live in a corner apartment in Chicago on the 43rd floor of a building where we had just a crap load of light all day long. It was west and north facing, and it was just stunning. And ever since then, I can't stand living in a dark space. So I'm just wanting to make sure we get as much light as possible in that room. But yeah, it's exciting, a little bit scary, but mostly exciting. And I'm definitely gonna bring you guys along for the ride. So I hope you're looking forward to some videos about what moving looks like and getting a new house set up while you're working full-time with kids. And I know it's gonna be chaotic, but I think it'll also be really fun to get it all set up and figured out. And also, I mean, bringing on a rental property at this point in our financial journey is also extremely exciting. It's something we've talked about for years about wanting to do. And we didn't think that we would be able to pull the trigger on it this early. You know, one thing I wanted to talk about on this channel was how do you build wealth as a family? Taking your first home and converting it to a rental is going to be a really interesting experience that I do want to share with you guys about what works well, what doesn't, what issues we run into, what are the wins that we have, because it could be an option for you and you may not have even thought about it yet. So I really hope that it's helpful, and I hope that you guys enjoy just coming on this journey with us. Thanks.